I found another friend who lived near Neil who was in the group to remove no-cas. She agreed to let me have the overnight over her house. I gave Neil her address and her phone number. Shortly after giving him this information, I got a call from a friend of hers telling me she was changing her mind about helping me. They said, "This guy Neil has some real problems. He's calling demanding that he be able to inspect our house." Well, the day came of the overnight and I planned to pick up Camille. Neil was also refusing to give me the information about our new babysitter and her new school. He kept lying, saying she didn't have a new babysitter and that she wasn't in school. Camille would, of course, tell me differently. Well, the judge ordered that I could have her for an overnight and I was not going to miss another week. I went to his place and saw Camille playing with her new babysitter in the street. I told the lady I was there to pick Camille up. She said, "Mr. M never said anything about it." I said, "Oh, he knows." I then collected my daughter and brought her back the next day. When I had her, I got calls demanding that I bring her back because he was not able to inspect the house, and so that meant I couldn't have her. I was determined to see her new school. One morning, I decided to follow Neil so I could see where her school was. Isaiah was with me, and we made sure before we did this that we sought the Lord. "Isaiah, are you sure?" He confirmed what I already felt in my spirit. There was no restraining order preventing me from this, and I had every right to know where and what school my daughter was going to. We parked in a place where he would not see us as he pulled out into the street. And we were off. He apparently got wise to us following him and turned off. I said, "Did you see that?" My son said, "Yes." I turned onto the street the Lord led me to turn on. He was there, parked, hiding like a little coward. "Mom, the Lord says drive right up to the car." "Are you sure?" He must have thought he lost me. I drove right up to his car and we looked at each other eye to eye and he freaked. His eyes got really big and he took off driving recklessly with my daughter in the back seat. He had his foot all the way down on the gas pedal. We followed him to the best of our ability, but I was not going to risk my son's life like he was so willing to risk my daughter's life. Over what? Me finding out where my daughter is going to school? He took us on a wild goose chase. He cut across an area he was more familiar with than I was and was successful in shaking me. "He is insane. Did you see that, Isaiah?" "Yep, Mom." Soon after, I got an ex parte order demanding I show up for court. I needed to explain why I disregarded the court order of him approving the house in order to have my daughter. His order also alleged that I was stalking him. Stalking? The judge listened to me and actually was on my side. I told him that there was a house that wanted to do the overnight, but they changed their mind because the respondent demanded that he be able to inspect the house. The judge said, "What? You don't have a right to inspect the house? She gave you the address and phone number. That's all you need." "Thank you, Your Honor." The judge also forced Neil to disclose the school information as well. But there was still the business of abuse. When I was in court the last time, as an answer to the allegations of abuse, the judge had ordered another child custody evaluator that I would have to pay $1,000 to get started. I never got it started because I didn't have the money, and I told the judge this now, again. He said, "Either way, you're gonna have to pay, so I will order her to have minors counsel." Neil got nervous. He started asking all kinds of questions. "A lawyer for Camille, but she's only a child. What is she going to say? I don't understand how this could be helpful." The judge told him, "Since you have concerns about Miss Mills' cleanliness and where she stays, and Miss Mills has concerns of abuse, this is going to have to be the only way." I remembered how ineffective the minors' counsel was with my son. My son told me she disregarded things he said, and as a result, his father got joint custody. And how was I going to pay for it? The $3,500 that I used for a retainer came from my child psychologist friend and her husband. She knew everything I had been through. Before giving me the money, she looked at me for a while. She then said, "I heard that people who have been through so much like you have carry a powerful calling."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.